Hello everyone, welcome back to another tutorial. If you're new here, my name is Dee and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be making this beautiful sweater, sleeveless sweater. It's really beautiful. I used this stitch that's really easy to make, and the pattern is also quite easy to do. I made this for an extra small, but you can make it in any size that you want. And here is what you're gonna need. You're going to need your shoulder to shoulder measurement. This is mine here. I chained 70 and it's 16 inches wide and it's 21 inches long. That's the back panel. And then you're going to make a front panel that's from your one neck to the shoulder, from the shoulder to the one side of your neck. And this measures up to 10 inches wide. And of course, the length is the same as the back panel. So this is how it's going to be. This is our back panel. You're going to make two front panels, and this is how they look. And we're going to align them like so, and the front panels are going to overlap here in front, and that's the beauty of this. I hope you love it. So yeah, I'm going to demonstrate using a shorter chain, a chain of 30, just to show you how to make this pattern, and then I'll show you the rest as we go. We're going to start with a slip knot. Using your 5mm hook or any hook that your yarn recommends, you're going to chain up any even number. Once you're done with your chain, you're going to skip the first chain from the hook and make a single crochet into the second chain. So you're going to insert your hook and make a single crochet. Then you're going to single crochet into the next chain, and you're going to single crochet across the chain. So make single crochets till the end, and I'll meet you back here shortly. After your foundation row, you're going to chain one, turn your work, and you're going to make a single crochet into the very first stitch, like that. And then you're going to insert your hook into the next stitch, pull up a loop. You'll have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, insert your hook into the same stitch, pull up a loop. You'll have 4 loops on your hook and pull through all. Chain one, skip the next stitch, insert your hook into the next and pull up a loop, yarn over, insert your hook into the same stitch, pull up a loop. You'll have 4 loops on your hook, pull through all. Chain one, skip the next stitch, insert your hook into the next, pull up a loop, yarn over, insert your hook into the same space, pull through all the 4 stitches on your hook, chain one, and repeat. And that's going to be our pattern for the first row. It's actually a 1 row repeat. So you're going to keep doing this until you get to the end of the row. This stitch is called the mini bean stitch. In case someone needs to know. So you just have to keep repeating that until you get to the end, and I'll show you what to do. Alright, I'm working on my last stitches for this second row. So every time you're ending the row, you have to end with a single crochet, and you have to start with a single crochet. Okay, so make a single crochet to end the row. That's how it should look. Chain one and turn. Once you turn, you're going to make a single crochet on top of that single crochet you just made from previous row. And then here you're going to skip one stitch, and you're going to work under the next one. Or you can try to, when you try to pull this a little, you can see the spaces that you need to work into. So you just have to go under that next stitch. Okay, so chain one after a single crochet, skip a stitch and insert your hook into under the next stitch and make your mini bean stitch there. Chain one, insert your hook into the next space and make your mini bean, and that's all you have to repeat. That is the pattern. It's that simple. Remember, once you get to the end of the row, you have to end with a single crochet. So make a single crochet into that last stitch, chain one, and turn your work. And that's how beautiful the pattern looks. Okay, to start your third row, you're going to make a single crochet on top of the first single crochet and repeat the pattern. You're going to keep repeating that same pattern until you have enough length for your back panel. So for my case, I made a total of 65 rows. And by now, this is what you should be having. That's a back panel done. Now we're going to make the front panels. You're going to start the front panels the same exact way we did with the back panel, but you're going to make 55 rows, and then we're going to make that small shoulder part together as I'll be showing you here. So make 55 rows and I'll show you the rest. After you've got your 55 rows, you're going to chain 1, turn your work, single crochet into that first single crochet, chain 1, and you're going to make a mini bean into that next space, chain 1, and you're going to make a total of 8 mini bean patterns here, like make 8 of them. There you go, count them to make sure that they are 8. Then to end the row, you're going to single crochet into that next space, chain 1 and turn your work. So this time we're going to be working into those spaces that we have created. Chain 1, turn your work, make single crochet and repeat the pattern. So here we're going to make 10 rows to make it to 65 rows, just like what we have for the back panel. At the end of those 10 rows, you should be having something like this, and you should be having 65 rows in total. So at this point, you should be having all your 3 panels together. This is our back panel. You're going to get one of your front panels and put it like so. Get the other panel and you're going to place it on like that. And it's going to overlap, as you can see in the video. So that part is going to be joined right here. It's going to be joined, and then we're going to join the shoulder part. Then we're going to join the sides, leaving out the part for the sleeves. Okay, so get your darning needle. The next part is gonna be fun. So this is how it looks. I already joined one part of the shoulders, so I'm going to show you how to do it on the second one right here. So get your darning needle ready, and you're going to get that piece of yarn. I hope you left a long tail, but if not, just attach a new yarn onto your needle, and we're going to start sewing. Okay. So I just did the zig. Is it called the zigzag joining kind of? Yeah. But you can use any easy method that you know. But I found this to be neat and easy to do. Okay, so I'm going to pass my darning needle on this one stitch, like I'm going through both stitches for both sides. Like that, as you can see. And that's what you're going to repeat until you have joined all the 10 stitches that we have here. Are they 10? No, I mean the 10 bins that we have here. That's what I meant. So go ahead and finish joining this part, and then we're going to be joining the rest as well. I kept joining until I got to the end, and here I had to make sure that it's secure. So I had to weave in the tail and make sure that it won't come out. So hide the tail through that same row that you joined from. You just have to do this back and forth like 3 times, and then it will be secure enough. Then cut the yarn off, and there you're done. And I forgot to mention something. Just make sure that you join this from the wrong side. Okay, join from the wrong side. And just weave in your other tails as well. That's how it looks. So you should be having something like this now. Next, we're going to join the sides. You're going to measure how long you want your sleeve to be. I measured mine to 7.5 inches. And then if you have a stitch marker, just mark that point so you know where to stop at. I know here I'm holding 7, but I did 7.5 inches, yes, right there. Okay, so you're going to thread your needle, and then we start joining. So here I tied it a little bit to make sure that it's secured, like that. Then I'm going to keep joining. So you're going to keep doing that until you get to the end. And then you will join, you will sew the other side of your cardigan as well. So I joined up to the end of the side, and that's how it looks. And next I'm going to hide the tail just like I did with the rest. So do the same and join the other side as well. I'll meet you back so we can work on the neck part. So around the neck here, we're joining these 2 parts that are overlapping. Like we're just joining that part, that piece of it, as you're seeing in the video. And we're doing this the exact same way we did with the rest. Okay. So next we're working on our sleeves. You're going to make a slip knot and you're going to attach that onto the row where we joined from. Chain 1 to make sure that it's secured. And then you're going to chain 3, yarn over, and make a double crochet into the next space, and that is where you're seeing a single crochet. Remember, we were starting and ending with a single crochet on every row while working on our front and back panels. So each single crochet is getting a double crochet, if you know what I mean, or just watch what I'm doing. So just make one double crochet on top of each stitch here until you get back to where we started off from. Okay, I'm at the end of my row, and now I'm going to slip stitch on top of the double crochet, chain up 3, and this time we're going to be making the front and back post double crochet. So you're going to start with a front post and then make a back post. Make a front post double crochet, and a back post. Repeat that until you get to the end of the row. Once you get to the end of the row, you're going to slip stitch on top of the double crochet, chain 1, and now we're going to make a row of single crochet between the stitches. Single crochet into the next space, single crochet into the next space, and repeat that until you get to the end of the row. Slip stitch and cut the yarn. So you're going to do the same thing we did on the second sleeve, and you should have something like this. So next we're going to work around the neck part, and you're going to turn your project like so. Make a slip knot, and we're going to attach it at the back of your work. Insert your hook into any stitch at the back chain 1 to secure the yarn, and then you're going to chain up 3, and into that same space you're going to make a double crochet, yarn over, and you're going to make 2 double crochets into the next 2 bins like that, and you're going to repeat doing that until you get to the front part, and then I'll show you what to do there as well. So when you get to the front part that's joined together, that's overlapping here, you're going to work through both at the same time, as I'll be showing you here. So go through both sides at the same time and making 2 double crochets into each of the 2 clusters or the bin stitch. Alright, so you're going to keep going until you get to the end of this row, and I'll meet you there. Once you get to the end of the row, you're going to slip stitch on top of the double crochet, chain 3, and make a front post double crochet, yarn over, make a back post double crochet, yarn over, make a front post double crochet, make a back post double crochet, and you're going to keep on repeating that until you get to the end of the row. When you get to the end of the row, you're going to make a slip stitch like that, and then you're going to chain 3, turn your work. So next you're going to be making the front and back post double crochet. I somehow messed up. I was actually trying to do a different stitch, but what you need to do is make the front and back post double crochet here. As you see what I just did there, I pulled out the stitch that I wasn't meant to pull out, and well, I just kept going. So forgive me on that, but just what you have to do is make the front and back post double crochet. The stitch that's in front stays in front, the one at the back stays at the back. Okay, that's what you need to do. So you're going to keep on doing that, front and back post double crochets, until you have as many rows as you like. For my case, I made a total of 12 rows for this neck part. So keep going, and I'll meet you back once we are done with the 12 rows of front and back post double crochet. So I'm completing my row of front and back post double crochet, and this is how it looks so far. Back post, front post. So when you get to the end of the row, you're going to make a slip stitch, chain 1, and we're going to end with a row of single crochets. And I'm going through between the stitches. So continue making single crochets until you get to the end. When you get to the end of the row, you're going to slip stitch on top of the first single crochet here, chain 1, and cut the yarn. So that's to be weaved in, and this is how your cardigan should be looking at this point. This neck part can be folded like that. Trying to show you guys the rest, but there it is, and that's how your cardigan should be looking. And that's all we had to do for today, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the tutorial. See you next